Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Libra and their twin flame connection. Libra, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never solicit for private readings. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in that, information can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, along with a place to donate if you feel so inclined. And thank you in advance. So this is a very special reading for the twin flame connection with Libra. So if you've come to this reading and you're not sure if you're in a twin flame connection, or you don't know what a twin flame connection is, please look it up on YouTube, look it up online. There are people who have devoted entire channels to the twin flame connection, but in a nutshell, it is two people who share the same soul. So one soul, two bodies, and they are here, twins are here to raise the vibration of humanity, which I've been saying, it just seems like a very tall order. But that's what the twin flame journey is, that when a twin meets their other half, you know, their twin can be very seductive, alluring, magnetic, passionate. It's literally like no other connection you will have. It's like you're with that person, and it's like you've met yourself in a beautiful way. There's always a runner and there's always a chaser in the twin flame dynamic. The chaser is the one who acknowledges right from the beginning that they have found their divine counterpart, that they want to be with them, that they want to go on the journey. Even if they're not calling it that, and people, you know, I don't think most twins know that they're twins when they're in when they're with their twin. And the runner is the other twin who gets really freaked out by the whole thing and says, this is way too intense. I'm not ready for this kind of intensity. I'm scared of it. And they take off. They run. They literally run. They exit the relationship. They don't even know why. They just need to know. They know that they need to leave. And they could be feeling suffocated, stifled, held back. You know, they may use a lot of different excuses for it, but the idea is that there's also a separation period where the twins go off to live their own lives and come to an understanding of love for oneself, because that's what it's all about. That they could never find that kind of love if they were with their twin, because it would be constantly about that other person, as opposed to turning in and looking at the self and loving the self and healing the self. So twins are not always guaranteed to find each other again and become in union with each other unless they so choose. But you never want to try and come back into union with your twin if they're not at the same level energetically that you are. Like we want to be at the same frequency so that we come as equals, so that one person is not putting the other person on the pedestal. When we know things have shifted in the twin flame dynamic, when the chaser becomes the runner and the runner becomes the chaser. I am in a twin flame dynamic. I'm in separation from my twin at this time. And when I separated from my twin, that's when I discovered all of my spiritual gifts. When I really separated from him, not just we haven't talked for a while, but we always find our way back. Twins always know. Twins always find a way. But when I really blocked him and I separated from him, which was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, all this good stuff started to happen to me. I kid you not. I got a whole bunch of like money. I got a promotion. I developed my spiritual gifts. I never had those before. Learned how to read tarot. Learned that I was clairaudient, clairsentient, clairvoyant. You know, all things that you could also be if you tap into those energies. We all have them. So now I've talked for 5 minutes about it, and we're going to move on with your reading. So twins, I am going to be reading from the Way Home Tarot. Thank you, Spirit. And the Human Spirit Oracle, which is a deck I highly, highly recommend. So let's get the overall energy for you, Libra. Libras who are in a twin flame connection. Libras who are in a twin flame connection. Spirit, what do you have for Libra, please? Okay. Number 19, which is the Sun card. This feels very much like a Libra card. It's the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect. Look at how gorgeous. Just, hello, madam. This is absolutely stunning. Stunning. You know what's weird? To you, it's hard to tell, but like, I saw this like after effect of a face back here, like a face with a mask on. It's like your twin lurking in your energetic shadows. This is so beautiful. But the number 19 in the tarot represents the Sun card, which is the most beautiful, happiest card of the deck, most abundant card of the deck. All right. Butterfly effect, of course, talks about, well, I don't know if you know this. I mean, this is what I think. The butterfly effect is that idea that it's like, I don't know, if you blow a bubble in Antarctica, that the air from that bubble will have a ripple effect of action and cause a hurricane in Norway or something. It's just like this idea that there's an action and a reaction, right? There's one thing, one decision you make, and it causes a ripple out into the entire universe of what could possibly be. So I don't know what just popped into my head right now, but I don't have children and I don't plan to have children, but it was almost like, well, what if I had children and one of those kids was gonna cure cancer or something? I mean, there's no way for me to know that unless I go into my Akashic records, and even then they wouldn't be able to, that didn't happen. But maybe in some universe it did. I don't know why that's so random. Why did I even say that? It's this idea that all of our decisions have a cause and effect. So this could play into your twin flame dynamic at this time, that one thing you did or one thing they did is something that you've been holding on to for a long time. 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards of clarifier. I shuffle, and we're getting a lot of the same cards as in the other readings. It's amazing to me. I only have 2 more to do left in this Twin Flame series, and I cannot possibly shuffle this deck enough. But it's just what Spirit wants. Spirit doesn't make any mistakes in my when they give me the cards. So the first 2 cards are your energy. You got the Daughter of Cups and the Mother of Swords. So the Page of Cups and the Queen of Swords. You can see here the court cards are represented in silhouette. And here in the Daughter of Cups, there's not even a cup. It's a beautiful dewy flower, dew-petaled flower. Page of Cups is a character who offers a cup of love, who is, it's a genuine, authentic gesture of kindness, connection, outreach, and it's in reverse, so it's not very, It's not feeling very friendly right now, clarified by the swords, the Mother of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, as you can see, she's got icicles, and then the big sword going straight down the middle. Queen of Swords is somebody who demands the truth. I mean, look at, she's got hands on her hips. She means business, man. She doesn't put up with any BS. Queen of Swords doesn't put up with any BS at all. And in the reverse, she's pissed. At least this is how I'm reading it. That in the reverse, she's just like, sorry. In the reverse, she's not in the mood, and you're not in the mood to reach out to your twin. Not anytime soon. You're fed up. Maybe because of things you have learned, or, you know, maybe you don't know all the facts, Libra, but you know enough to have this kind of icy sheen over whatever it is. I mean, when I said this felt like a Libra card, it's beautiful, but it seems a little cold, right? Not saying that you're cold, but you can be steely. And we're talking, your suit is the suit of air, and it's very steely because it's the swords. So, you know, it's weird. I went to the mall with my mom earlier today, and we passed through this town, and I looked over at what used to be a jewelry store, and they turned it into a fencing studio. And I remember just staring at it like, what the heck? Like, do people even fence anymore? No offense to fencers. But I made note of it, and it's coming up in your reading, because I see you and your twin kind of jousting. Wait, that's a different sport, jousting. But you get the idea. It's kind of like on guard. That's what it is. Thank you, Spirit. I was like, Spirit, where is this going? On guard. Like you're on your guard with your twin, which I understand. I absolutely understand that. They're so triggering, aren't they? They just, you love them and they just get on your last nerve. And you're not feeling very flowery, happy-go-lucky about it. Dewdrop petals. Come on. Come on. Who's dewdrop petals when we can be this energy? You know, it's kind of represents a little bit of feels a little bit like the death card, like endings, new beginnings, you know, the phoenix rising from the ashes, the butterfly coming out of the chrysalis, like that kind of imagery. We get a clarifier for your energy right now, Libra. Thank you, Spirit. Daughter of Wands in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. Like I said no, I meant no. I'm not doing anything about it right now. I'm not taking a step forward. I'm not offering a cup of love, and I'm not taking a step forward towards them. I'm kind of having my own fireworks show over here, my own internal battles, my own victories, my own sparkly light. I don't need to give anything to them right now. So very clear, major point, Libra. Again, take it as it resonates, because twin flame energies can flip, so this could be their energy. And if this is their energy, then I'm sorry, because that's frustrating. I don't know if you're the runner or you're the chaser. The person that I just read for is definitely, right now, the runner. Right now, they're the runner. They're like, I'm not putting up with this. Whoever, if that's you or them. What is their energy? You know, because for the purposes of this reading, I'm just going to call this pile your pile, and this next pile their pile, but flip it as you need to. Six of Pentacles in the upright. Six of Pentacles talks about equal give and take. It's also, I noted, this card came out in a couple of other readings, I noted the fact that it's very, you know, there's spices and herbs and medicinal and healing and natural, and it's like the homestead and comfort and wellness, all of these words wrapped up in this image for me. It's a beautiful, simple image, but it represents so much. It's like grounding ourselves and connecting with Mother Earth in a way that, it's like they say when you, I don't know how true this is for me, although it is a little true. When you start to spiritually awaken, you lose your taste for certain things, like certain foods. Like most people become vegetarian because they don't want to. They want to eat, they want to consume things that have consumed the light. So like plants. So that when you eat animal, I'm not a vegetarian. I like a good steak and a burger. I'm not saying that. I don't know that I would ever be able to give that up completely, but I have noticed that my desire for things like that has tremendously lessened because it makes you, it makes you tired, makes you bloated. I can't read cards when my body is fighting me to like digest my food, right? I mean, I'll eat later, but so there could be something to that, like your twin is like paying a lot of attention to their health. They're being, Six of Pentacles talks about fairness as well, represents the Justice card, which is Libra energy in the minor arcana. So they're just trying to do what's right for them. Clarified by the Empress card in the reverse. Maybe because they haven't been feeling quite in their Empress energy. Empress is the great Mother Earth, obviously. She's definitely Mother Earth, her heartbeat, at the base of this beautiful, majestic tree. Fertility, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. Creativity, she represents the power of all four queens in the tarot. So it seems like your person is trying to get in touch with their roots. They're trying to ground themselves. They're trying to foster growth, which is a great thing. We want our twins. We want to grow spiritually. We want our twins to grow as well. And even if you are in separation from them right now, you want to at least foster that energetically, because their success is your success and vice versa. It's the unbreakable bond. You can never, ever cut cords with your twin. You can try. You can cut cords with everybody else, but you can't do it with your twin. I don't make up the rules. Those are the rules. I've tried to cut cords with my twin. I've tried everything. It doesn't work. So it's kind of like they're a piece of you. To cut that cord would be to cut away a piece of you. Right? So right now, I just see a lot of healing on your twin's part. I'm going to ask for a clarifier. They're sad though, 5 of Cups. Yes, they may be trying to take care of themselves, but it came out of an act of, I almost said desperation. It came out of a place of depression, maybe? I don't know, I'm not an expert. It's just an idea. This card represents sadness. 3 spilled cups. Everything on the ground. It's hard for them to see this divine union, right? 2 of Cups in the tarot represents divine union, either with another or with your higher self. And right now they're feeling disconnected from both, from their twin, from themselves. So yes, they are working on themselves, but they miss you. You have to know that they're upset. And honestly, if that gives you a little bit of joy, I mean, I could understand it from like, for like a split second, but then that's a tough place to be. It's a tough place to be. Because it's like we don't want our twin to move on without us, but we want them to be happy. But we don't want them to come back to us if they're full of BS, right? Not having that. It's a hard place to be. What about the energy in this connection? This came out for another reading too. The Moon card in a reverse, clarified by the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a card of waiting. And in the last reading that I did, it was almost like there was like a narrow window of opportunity. At least that was the perception. A narrow window of opportunity. And trying to find clarity regarding it. The Moon card, number 19, in the Major Arcana, represents Pisces energy. Moon card often depicts the primal and the domesticated. So the dog and the wolf, and a mastery over those two states of being. If you think about it in a twin flame capacity, it's like the wolf represents your primal urges, like your sexuality and your lust and your passion centers and your base desires. And then the domesticated would represent something more refined, a little bit more house trained, a little bit of sophistication, in a different kind of intelligence, being able to connect, right, in a different way. The moon can be really tricky because it illuminates in the darkness. It's full of secrets. So Spirit here is saying that this connection, that you're both trying to find your way back to each other. Okay, now you know what it reminds me of? This is really going to date me, but whatever. There was a movie that came out in the 80s, and it was called Lady Hawk. Man, if there was ever a movie about twin flames, and it just occurred to me, just this moment. You know another movie that's about twin flames? Twilight. Anyway, take that for whatever it means. Lady Hawk was a great movie that randomly starred Matthew Broderick, Rutger Hauer, and Michelle Pfeiffer. What a trio. And Danny DeVito, I think, was in it. Was Danny DeVito in that movie? No, I don't remember. Who was in that movie? I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't him. No, it was somebody else that was it was not Danny DeVito. Anyway, there were these two lovers, and they were cursed. I don't remember how. They were just cursed. And this witch or sorcerer turned them into animals. So by day, the dude was a wolf. No, sorry. By day, the girl was a hawk. And by night, the dude was a wolf. And so they never got to see each other in human form. Like, they came close this one time. Oh my God, it made me cry. Like at the stroke of midnight or at the stroke of dawn or dusk, right? It's like they were so close, but they couldn't see each other in human form, but they always traveled together. Like when he was a human, the hawk was always with him. And when she was a human, the wolf was always with her. They were like twins, but they were together, but couldn't be together. Damn, this is really profound, Libra. I have to watch that movie again. Anyway, that's what it's reminding me of. It's this idea that you're like on the flip side of the same coin, which in a lot of ways, kind of is one way to look at it, right? You're two halves of the same heart, two halves of the same soul. But it's not like you need them to complete you. It's not like Jerry Maguire. You don't need them to complete you. That's the whole point, is to discover that you can complete yourself. That is the absolute lesson. How do you do that? By following your life's path and your life's bliss. And I said this in another reading. If your life's bliss involves you backpacking around the world for the rest of your life, and that's your bliss, then you do it. And your twin can join you or not join you. But you will be happy, and you will have touched the lives of so many with your happiness. You know, so whatever your life's path is, that's the road to success on so many levels. And I guarantee you it's the truth, because I've lived it. You know, it's not like I'm swimming in dough or you know, I'm living a humble life, but I'm doing, I have a day job, but this is my calling. My calling is to read tarot. When I read tarot, I feel completely myself. And I want that for all twins. That's your destiny. It's your birthright to follow your life's path. But you have to figure out what that is. And the only way you can figure out what that is if you stop thinking about your twin, stop paying so much attention to them, and pay attention to yourself. It's almost like it's like you're waiting for something. Is it your twin, or is it your next step? What's your advice from Spirit? Six of Swords in the reverse. This card has come out a lot. And the Father of Cups in the reverse. Scorpio energy. So these two cards together, advice from Spirit. It's like really dealing, and I know air signs love to hear this, but we have to deal with our emotions. Right? You're trying to flee chaotic waters, but Spirit is saying it really behooves you. I love when I learn that, use that word, behooves. I think I learned it in like spelling class once, and I never stopped using it. It behooves you to kind of, you know, you got this card in the reverse, but it's like a swampy landscape here. The mire and the muck, I just heard. The mire and the muck. Like you gotta get knee deep in it. The muck of your feelings, the dirty of your feelings. And Libras hate being dirty, I know. I'm a Libra North Node. I'm surrounded by Libras, and they're all so unique in their own ways, and in some ways they're exactly the same. And all Libras I know, they have a very particular way they like their homes, and that's the way they like them. So Spirit is saying, don't run away from what you're feeling right now. It's absolutely vital for you to have a mastery over what it is that you feel, not just feel, but what it is that you want ultimately. Because you may not want your twin, but you may want to understand how this connection can benefit you in a, not in like a transactional way, but in like a spiritual way. So that's your reading, Libra. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments. Please comment if this resonated for you. Please hit the bell notification if you'd like to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thanks, Libra.